What's going on, YouTube? JT's Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Teen Titans issue number 12, Gotham Resistance, Part 1, a Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. That's right, this is the first of a 4-part story arc which ties into Dark Knight's Metal. Now, if you want me to explain Dark Knight's Metal, it's a very long, complicated process, but I recommend watching some videos from Comic Story on it. They do a good job covering everything. But basically, the Batman Who Laughs shows up, has all these cards, and the universe is breaking. They're facing off against somebody named Barbados. It's a whole insane, crazy concept, and they're dealing with dark multiverse stuff. To explain all of Dark Knight's Metal, it would just take way too long, so I'm mainly just focusing on this singular storyline. Now, it's been a while since I went and I've read Dark Knight's Metal, and this book is a few years old at this point. So a lot of the details will be like tie-ins to other issues, and I haven't read those in a while, but this is a 4-part story arc, and I'm just kind of focusing on the gist of this thing. So my memory is a little faded in terms of what happened with Metal. But Metal was a pretty, Dark Knight's Metal was pretty cool. They're working on Death Metal now, which is the sequel, but I kind of like the original Dark Knight's Metal more, with the multiverse of various Batman who just keep showing up. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. This one was written by Benjamin Percy. And the art style, I think it's a little different, but it is a death metal tie. And as you can see here, we got the cover. Batgirl is nowhere to be found in this issue. Same with Black Canary, so I have no idea why they're on the cover in the first place. Harley Quinn shows up, same with Killer Croc, even Nightwing and Green Arrow, but not Batgirl and not Black Canary, so I don't know why they're in here. But anyways, let's go ahead and start the issue. So the issue opens up, we have the Batman Who Laughs, which was a really cool, interesting character at the start, but I feel like they've kind of overdone it with him a little bit too much, so he's lost a bit of the luster. But he basically gives Riddler a card, and as you can see, there's Batman Who Laughs, there's his little Robins there, Crow. I like the design of Batman Who Laughs. He looks like a freaking Cenobite from Hellraiser. So he gives Riddler this card to give him the power to create maze and all sorts of crazy stuff within Gotham City, and he's going to do some crazy stuff in the city. So anyways, Damian's there. He's concerned that he's lost contact with his father, and so they're going into Mount Gotham. Yes, Gotham got morphed around into some crazy magic, all this other stuff. Gotham gets morphed into just this mountain, all this crazy stuff, storms, you name it. So a bunch of stuff happens, and the city gets morphed. Damian's there. He wants to kind of go in alone because this is his father. The Titans are kind of like indifferent about it. Jackson Hyde is kind of on his side. He wants to be there for him because he can be harsh, but he can be kind. He was there when his dad showed up, and he wants to be there for him. Beast Boy is still a little bit different. He still kind of has his issues with him still firing Kid Flash. It was weird because the last issue seemed like Starfire was going to kind of take over, but she didn't really. But I guess that's for the next Teen Titans issue after this, not counting the crossover stuff. But there are some things that Damian's done right and things he's done wrong, and the team kind of continues to point that out. But anyway, so Damian thinks he's the only one who can go in there and save him. So basically, they go throughout there. The Teen Titans are out there helping. Damian goes into like the Riddler's maze. So yes, we get a bit of Riddler in here, and he tells the other Titans, "Hey, there's a distress call. You guys take care of this. I'm gonna go figure out what's going on here." Then he gets caught in the Riddler's maze. He's trying to find his father, who's gone missing, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens. And Damian almost gets killed, but he gets saved by none other than Green Arrow, who, if you've been reading this Teen Titans run, Benjamin Percy was also the writer on Green Arrow. And I'll tell you what, Green Arrow Rebirth was fantastic. I highly recommend checking out Percy's run in that. I think it's better than his Teen Titans book, and I think he does a really great job with the Green Arrow characters. So Damian's there. He gives him some sass, and he kind of points out things, and like Green Arrow's just kind of like, oh snap, this kid's kind of smart. He's like, because he's hearing Damian talk, it reminds him of his sister Emiko, in which case there's literally a hinting reference that she's going to show up. You remind me of somebody else who's too smart for her own good. You should meet Emiko, my sister. She make a hell of a Teen Titan. That's basically setting things up for the arc that she shows up in. And I was kind of disappointed that Percy was brought off the book when he was, instead of when they had the Just League No Justice and Adam Glass thing, because I felt like we were kind of in a rhythm with the team, and then that just got completely undercut, and it was unfortunate. But yeah, so that's basically setting the stage for when she shows up. Damian's there, he's talking shit, they come across all sorts of baddies. Then the Suicide Squad shows up, having been a part of this mission as well. They all basically work together. There's Riddler there. Wow, look at that crazy design for Riddler. He looks like a leprechaun made love with the lead singer of Kiss, and that's his design. I don't know. It's just kind of a crazy looking design. But yeah, so they're doing their thing. Damian uses his intelligence, and he solves the Riddler's riddle, which pisses him off. And then they find this little card that was given to him by the Batman Who Laughs and Nth Metal, all that other stuff. There's reference some tie-ins with these mystical cards, and they basically kind of get out of the maze. Batman Who Laughs is kind of ticked off how Riddler kind of wasted his card, and he's like, you know what, we're gonna unleash some more hell on them. Go ahead and go after them. Crazy Robin Bird things. So as they get further into the city towards the mountain, there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on with gravity, magnetic poles, all that other fun stuff. They head to the next realm, and they're in a snowy environment. This is where we need to go. Damian's like, okay, y'all need to follow me. And then Green Arrow's like, no. I'm the adult here. I'm in charge. And before they could say anything else, they're cut off by somebody saying Robin. And Damian thinks it's his father. Well, not your father, your brother. So Nightwing shows up being chased by some crazy looking snow monster. And this goes into the next issue, which is Nightwing number 29, which is what we will talk about in the next video. But yeah, Damian calling him father, in a lot of ways, Dick Grayson has been a better father to Damian than Bruce has. In fact, Damian probably should go live with him. It'd be a much healthier environment, and I really like their dynamic. We could get more stories with the two of them. But yeah, so issue 12, it's the start of a crossover, and the crossover itself was pretty fun. Again, it's another like crossover that kind of like jumps in the middle of this Teen Titans run. Again, we've already had two within like a few issues. It felt like we just had one before the previous story arc. We get this thing, which is a crossover, and then we get a mini story arc, and then we move immediately into another crossover, and then we get another thing, and then that's it. So I was kind of like, I kind of wish the run would have had more issues like with just the team focusing on their things. But at the same time, with the crossover stuff, it means we get more content, more things to read. So I guess it's more with this team, and I have fun with some of that. But yeah, I thought this issue was fine. The artwork is nice. I like the dynamic between Damian and Green Arrow. I thought they played off well because Green Arrow is used to working with his younger sister, and he knows how to work with teenagers better than Batman per se. But I like how they kind of teased and set the stage for when his sister would show up with the Teen Titans. And again, when we get to that issue, that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to be talking about how much of a missed opportunity they had with the Glass run and completely forgot that great dynamic they had. But yeah, I thought this issue was fun, and I look forward to talking about the next one. Artwork's nice. It's cool to see the different characters show up, like Killer Croc, Harley Quinn. This cover here is completely misleading. Why is Black Canary and Batgirl even on the cover when they're not in the freaking issue? So yeah, that's all I have to say. Be sure to come back next time as we talk about the follow-up issue, which is Nightwing number, let's take a look. So I'm basically posting all these in like one day. So Nightwing number 29. So my god, that was so long ago. What are we on, like Nightwing number 70 something? Time sure flies by when you're having fun, because this was, I'm already being nostalgic just kind of looking back at these issues again. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this issue in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that bell for notifications. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.